Welcome back, Seth Bling here. Recently, my good friend FVDisco made a minigame called Zombie Siege. That's really cool. You should go check it out if you haven't. There's a link in the video description. And in Zombie Siege, he used something in the cannons that I hadn't seen before, and it's this fence post. Now, I asked him if he was planning on doing any video about it or trying to use that or whatever, and he said that I could go ahead and make a video about it myself to sort of show it off. And I think it's a really cool innovation that I've never seen anyone use on a cannon before. So let me sort of dive in and show you what I'm talking about. This is a pretty normal cannon design. It's got 5 propellant TNT and 1 projectile. The projectile is going to fall and land straight on this slab here, and then it's going to get launched off. So let me show you. Yep, it lands right on the slab, gets launched off. Has a very low trajectory, stays pretty close to the ground, but it goes pretty fast, and it lands here. Here's another type of very common cannon design. Instead of using the slab, it uses a ladder, and same number of projectiles and whatever. The projectile is going to land right on the ladder, and then it's going to get blasted off. That goes pretty far. You can see the dent in the ground there. It goes much farther, has a much higher angle of trajectory. So the version with the fence post here is very similar to the version with the slab. A fence post is 1.5 meters tall, so it actually extends a half meter above the pressure plate here. And so it sort of goes right up to this white line on the TNT, just like the slab does here. So the fence post is the same height, but it doesn't count as a block in this area, and the pressure plate doesn't really either. So a lot more of the power from the TNT actually makes it to the TNT projectile. So this is really cool because it makes it sort of have the same low trajectory that you see from the other slab cannon, but it still goes almost as far as the fence post did. And now you might think, okay, well the ladder one is still better, but if there's something in the way, like you only have like a little cave that you're trying to hit, and there's the roof of the cave. In that case, then the one with the ladder here can sometimes get caught, and the high trajectory makes it so that you can't really penetrate that far into the cave, whereas this one has such a low trajectory that you can make it. This is important in a lot of Race for the Wool maps and various purposes, so that can still make it just as far, even with this lip up here blocking the way. So that is a very nice advantage that the fence post has over the ladder. But there's another pretty big advantage. Now here's a very common spread cannon design. This one has 7 projectile TNT rather than just 1, and it's got 6 propellant TNT. And it's got half slabs here so that the TNT will sort of fly off, and you can't really make this design with ladders, especially a lot of these spread cannons will have 2 rows of this, and you just can't fit that many ladders in here because a ladder needs to be attached to a block. So in this case, you actually need to use the slabs. And so here's what a normal spread cannon shot might look like. All the TNT goes in sort of a semicircle, blows up. In a Race for the Wool match, this is pretty good. This is what you want. It'll kind of hit the other lane. It's just enough distance. But if you want a bit more power, you can use the fence posts and clear out the blocks in front of it just for a good measure. It actually does make a little bit of a difference. And it's the exact same setup, essentially. It's just instead of the slabs, we're using fence posts, and the TNT just goes so much farther. Some of it actually did hit on the lip here, but you see how much more power the TNT has when it's being fired off of the fence posts. It's much more power. So I don't know. I've seen the slabs in a lot of cannon designs, and I think basically anywhere that anyone is using a slab, they could just use the fence posts and get more power. So that's a pretty cool innovation, and I wanted to share that with you guys. I think it was really clever of FVDisco to try that. I don't think anybody else had really thought of that. One thing I'll note is that the pressure plate on top of the fence post here is just to keep the water in. That's the only purpose. It doesn't have any special properties that magically make the TNT go farther. That's just to keep the water in so it doesn't flow out like that. But very cool innovation for cannon design. And once again, thanks to FVDisco. Go check out his Zombie Siege video, link to the video description, and thanks for watching.